Hello YouTube. This guy here is my psychopsis, Mendenhall hildos, and he's finally blooming after a couple of months, maybe more. So yay to spring. And this guy here is my other psychopsis. It's a cross between Mendenhall and Papilio, and you can see that there's something weird over here. The bud actually is coming off of, can you focus? Coming off of not the very tip, but the second to last node. And that's because the very tip actually died somehow. That's cool, right? As you know that you're not supposed to cut off the spikes for these, but if accidentally you do break it off, it will flower from the next node unless it breaks off very low. And see the sheets on this spike, they kind of they're not very contrasting. They look kind of similar, but that one, it's very contrasting with the white sheets. I think that looks pretty cool. That's actually Psychopsis mariposa, and the spike looks so awesome. Looks sort of like a snake to me, which is cool. And there's the bud. The mariposa I actually purchased recently, I think last week, and it has 2 new growths coming on. I don't know how that works. I don't know if it'll put out 2 new spikes at the same time or just 1. I hope it puts out 2 though. This guy here is that other one I was talking about that I had before, but I think it has 2 plants within the one pot. I ordered it online. I didn't notice before maybe, but there's a new growth coming on off of, I don't know if you can see it, but this was a seedling when I got it, so I'm surprised that it's growing so well. Also, the Mendenhall had a new growth that died, I think, because of the cold damage I told you about earlier. This is the community pot of the mini phals. There's a bunch of spikes coming out. I think I've noticed 3 at least. Oh, actually there's 4. Maybe there's 3. I don't know. I can't see. But that's great. I have 4 plants in here, and 3 spikes is cool. I have to show you some other things. I made some fishies out of polymer clay. I was inspired by this girl who made orchids in the orchid shows. Not with polymer clay, but Chinese special kind of clay. But this, I think, is pretty close. Not close enough, actually. Anyways, I made some fishies. I'm so proud of them. Myself for doing them, actually. Alright. Okay, this is my Tabernae montana, and it's got a lot of slug, and what's that thing called? Gosh. Okay, I think it's scale. So scales are the tiny little things with like tiny little bugs, and they look like they have armor on top of them, like sort of like turtles. I know I'm not describing it right, but you guys know. So both of those things have been devastating my plant, and this guy is a really awesome plant because it blooms when nothing else is blooming. So I really want to save it. I've been manually controlling the slugs and the scale, and I also put in a systemic insecticide in there. I had to, because apparently that's the only thing that'll actually kill the scale. I don't know. There's really no other way to actually get rid of them, so I had to try something. I've been doing it manually on other plants, and I've lost at least one plant to scale, so I'm not gonna do that with this one. It was a really expensive plant, and I really love it, so I can't let it die. This is an attempt at propagating some African violets. This is the first time I'm actually trying this properly, so I hope it works out. Let's see. I'll keep you guys updated. This is the Phalaenopsis that was suffering from bud blast due to the cold. It actually started developing the buds last year. I saw it before I left, and it finally, after blasting so many of its buds, it's finally bloomed. I'm so happy. It's actually one of those just regular phals that I got last year or the year before, and it actually has a fragrance, so I really like this one. Okay, there's the African violet that I'm trying to propagate. It is very pretty. I love the white, what do you call it, outline. I think it's called picotee in other plant flowers. It might be called that here too. This is columbine seedlings I planted in February, and it takes a long time for them to germinate. I almost gave up hope that they would come up, but they did. And not only did they come up, but I think a lot of them came up, so it's good. I am actually planting, I want to plant them out there. I think it's gonna get a lot of shade under that tree. So I've heard they do good in part shade. So I want to get some perennials planted outside. So the house looks nice. Plus, I've always liked perennials. I always wanted to plant a lot of them when I had space, because perennials don't usually flower that much. They flower for a short amount of time, and you really need a lot of different kinds to keep interest in the garden. So this is Dianthus. This guy actually does bloom a lot, but I've lost some of the seedlings. I don't think either of them are going to bloom this year, though. They start blooming the next year usually. But I don't know, maybe they'll start blooming this year if they like me a lot. And this guy is a nasturtium seedling. I actually planted chili peppers in both of them, but I used old dirt, and I had nasturtium go to seed, and that's probably what came up here. I'll let it grow and see what happens, but apparently they don't really transplant well, so it'll probably die anyways. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. I'll try to keep you guys updated with the seedlings and what happens with the Tabernae montana. Alright, see you guys next time. Bye.